Greetings, Sibu Jacob here with Iron Wire Martial Arts. Now, in the 8 golden methods, or the title of the last video, my 8 golden methods, I didn't elaborate really in depth of every single methodology. And it's important that whatever style you practice, when you start extracting the information and you start understanding it, and you start doing it thousands of times, that you develop your own understanding, meaning that timing, distance, when to use it, how to use it against different fighters. You're going to use different things at different times, and these are tools. These are manifestations that happen in many forms of combat. In any authentic form of martial art, you're going to see these patterns happen all the time. And that's why I'm elaborating on them, okay? But in the last video, I didn't touch on 3 subjects in any great length at all. And that was, so we have blocking, breaking, trapping, grabbing, and limb destruction. I went over those 5. And I briefly talked about evasions, counters, and entries. Okay, so those are the 8 methodologies. You need good defense. You need to know how to block here. You need to know the function of this. You need to know your guards. Okay, you need to know how to trap. Okay, control the center of gravity, control their footwork, push somebody backwards, cut to the side, things like that. These are all different methodologies. So without losing, going off too far in a distance, let's get straight to the point here. So evasions, counters, and entries. Now, really quick, with counters and entries, this is kind of like yin and yang. Why is that? Because a counter is when somebody is attacking you. And that's a yin force. It's a reactive force, or it's evasive force that you need to take. When I say entries, now a counter can be considered an entry, but I'm placing that in its own category. When I say entries, what I'm talking about is the combinations, the fake attacks, the jukes, whatever you want to call them, fake attacks, jukes, there's crossing through fire. In Muay Thai, they're called blitz, the Muay Thai blitz. You know, when we're both right here in the pocket and somebody needs to go in. Sometimes people will fake with the knee, or they'll fake kick, they'll fake knee and then punch, or they'll here. In other systems, you shield like this, okay? In Wing Chun, there's a skip and a palm strike. Silat has these flying elbows and knees. Many systems have their own methodologies. Okay, there's combination punches. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, and that forces somebody to go to defense. So, and then there's fake attacks. Okay, so I'm not gonna wait to be hit. I'm gonna fake, and I'm gonna test your reaction. If I fake jab, and you go to Pak Sao, boom! Or I fake high, I get you to respond. I'm testing you. I'm testing to see. Now, if you only have practiced your mid-range blocks on these traditional patterns and you haven't practiced any evasions or counters, I'm going to fake and I'm going to see what you're going to do. I'm going to fake, or what we call in Hung Gar, the no shadow technique. I'm going to hit low, see how you react. Now I'm going to hit high. Now, if you don't block, I'm going to hit you. If you do block, I'm covering your eyes. So we're here, and when I go low, I'm putting a lot of power into it. Now when I go high, let's say he blocks, I'm covering his eyes. I can hit back down low, or that kick. It's a no shadow technique. Wong Fei Hung special technique. Okay, I'm in here, I'm gonna go hit the face. That kick was right behind it. Or, see, it's fake attack. And those are excellent. I come down here to hit. he hunkers down, or hit high. Okay, that's a combination with the fake. Okay, so there's entries that are aggressive. We'll get more in detail. There's entries that are aggressive using a fake attack. And then there's even forced baiting. Come on, hit me. Hit me. And as soon as he hits me, I got to plant it up. But this is forced baiting. Come on, hit me. As soon as he throws, if I practice, and you have to practice these. Remember, all these techniques need to be practiced. He goes to hit. Boom! Or he goes to hit. Come on. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Fake. I'm going to get him to react. He reacts. And he does a taunt out. Or boom, boom. You know, things like that. So, yin and yang. Yang, I'm actively looking for openings. And if there's an opening, I'm going to take it. But if he responds, I need to know how I'm going to react. Okay? So, let's go over this. Evasion, let's start out. Today, last episode, we went over blocking, breaking, trapping, grabbing, and limb destructions. Very effective natural manifestations of fighting. Evasions, counters, and entries are for today. Okay, evasions. Get in your fight stance, whatever it be. That straight punch comes, I'm going to change my center line. Okay, first get out of the way. Okay, 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 it's a straight punch, cross. Here, here, here. Going to the left of it, right of it, underneath it. Even on a cross here, or a jab here, I'm going here. On a hook, I can go back. I can do a shoulder roll. Okay, or I can go underneath it. If the hook comes this way, my hand's up here. As soon as it touches, if it's an overhand hook, and it's hard, boom, some of these things that happen. I'm gonna go with it, boom. Or if it's just, he's hooking, as soon as I feel that touch my glove, boom, boom. Okay, these are your counters. Now, let's start again. In Hung Gar, Kung Fu, it's called fist through the sleeve. Now, once a hand goes out, it exposes, usually you'd like your wusao and your head tucked into your chin. Some styles put their wusao here. Most commonly, you see this nowadays, okay, which is very practical. If you get countered with a hard right, which hits your jaw, this is tucked in. This is very practical. This can be practical as well. In an old school fighting, they'd put themselves in a position where they could do something like this, okay? But when a hand goes out, the point is, when a hand goes out, it exposes for a second. Now there's a saying in fighting that when the hand goes out, it comes back twice as quick. Okay, that's a modern day fighting methodology. Okay, in Kung Fu, it's called when the hand comes out, it doesn't come back empty. That's another methodology. I come out, and on the way back, I'm going to take a hand with me. I'm going to hit, and I'm going to take something with me. Okay, that's another methodology. But anyways, I digress. When the hand comes out, it exposes weaknesses here, here, here. Okay, and a lot of times they're not focused on their lower arc. So when they're pivoting and they got this so much focus here, you can intercept. First, you have to evade. You gotta get out of the line of fire. Evade and intercept. Now, this is called fist through the sleeve, because when here's somebody else's sleeve, you're gonna take that fist. It's gonna pox out. Here's your defense. Okay, I'm defending. The jab comes right here. Boom. Fist through the sleeve. Jab, cross comes this way. I'm here. I'm gonna defend. I'm gonna roll this shoulder. Boom. Fist through the sleeve. Okay. A hook comes. You got to be good at these. You gotta roll that shoulder. Okay, here. And that hook comes. Boom. If you're good, you got to practice that a lot. Okay. Or you can come underneath. Now, as you turn, you hit. You can come up, hit. Cross. Boom. Let's throw some other elements in there. bridge, hit, pull the arm out, uppercut, return. 1, 2, limb destruction, break, trap, hit. He comes in here, watch this. Hammer fist. 1, 2, 3. 1, pox out. Destroy the limb, hit the face. On the way back, pull hit. This is improvisation using all the methods together. Blocking, breaking, trapping, grabbing, limb destruction. So I'm adding them all together into a flow. If I want to keep it what you'll see nowadays modern, when I'm in here, I'm just going to evade this shit. He's throwing that hook. I'm coming back. See that opening he's got on the other side? I evaded. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. He's throwing that hook again. He throws the hook on the other side. I'm going to evade. Boom. Change my stance. Now I can add, that's adding some footwork. If I want to add this alt, let's move along. I can keep going in this direction. I think you guys get the point. The point is to deliver the methodologies home on how to use authentic traditional fighting systems combatively. You have to weaponize them. Remember that. Okay? And you have to do it with willing participants, people who understand these methodologies, and people who are willing to train them. Again, the goal is not to beat the tar out of each other. That doesn't teach you anything. Remember that, okay? And you want people who are qualified, who've done these repetitions 1,000 times. It has to be built into the subconscious. It has to fire automatically. As soon as I feel something touch as soon as I feel that cross, hunker down like a turtle. As soon as I feel that cross touch here, boom! As soon as I feel, boom! Or back, 1, 2, or 1, 2, here, okay? Now a lot of fighting in the old days, or street fighting, uses an empty hand, because you don't break a knuckle on somebody's forehead, or even if you throw a hook and you throw a hook like this instead of like this, and you clip with your pinky, you could break a jaw. You could break your boxing fracture here, your pinky is what I meant to say. And that can even happen on something as fragile as a jaw, or even definitely the forehead. Okay, so you just take that into consideration. Somebody throws straight punch right to the belly, boom, boom. Okay, somebody throws again, and on the way back, boom, counter. Okay, those are your evasions. Same thing with the legs, okay? There's evasions with the legs. We'll get into that at a later time. So now, that's evasions. And that's evasions. Now when I do evasions with no attack, you're gonna see this, okay? Some people, now I've been taught to use the legs. That's how my trainer taught me. Some people will use their body. You'll see that commonly in the peekaboo style. I never learned that methodology. You can incorporate some of it. I'm just showing you what I know. And I hope that it's beneficial and can add to whatever traditional system that you're using, and you can learn how to use it in a sparring and a more free-form environment. Because sometimes, remember this, sometimes sets, they can, if you haven't been taught, put you into a mold. You don't want that. Remember, with sets, some moves are entries, some moves are counters, some moves are done in sequences, meaning that there's 3 or 4 or 5 techniques, like a combination. Like, for example, that's in a set. In a set called Lao Ga. You're here for one, or there's that type of stuff, or there's here, let's say here, there's that. Okay, so sets those are sequences of 3 or more, 4s, 5s, and 6s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s. Some of them are combinations, some of them are counters. Some moves are meant that I hit you first and then I do later. Some moves are throwing. Some moves are footwork. A set just combines it all together. You need the knowledge on how to extract it and train it properly. So evasions, moving right along. Evasions, counters. Now, Those were evasions, and once I added an attack, that evasion became a counter. Interesting, right? So check this out. Now let's do a block. Now we touched a little bit on this yesterday. Straight punch comes, that's a block and counter. This is using traditional systems. Another punch comes, block and counter. Okay, punch down to the belly, block and counter. Punch down to the belly, block and counter. Punch down to the ribs, punch here. This can form as a limb destruction, but let's just call it a block and counter for right now, okay? Okay. Throws that hook. Boom. Throws that hook. I'm in here. Come on. Throws that hook. The belly shot. Pucks out. Boom. I had footwork. Look how strong it becomes. Throw it. I could even add my evasions. Evasion. Okay? These are your blocks, your counters. Okay? Underneath, above. Smack the way. This side. Okay? And this hand is to flex the forearm. This also can grab, rake the face. Boom! Look at everything that's open. He comes down in here. Okay. That's your blocking counters. Now you can do, a lot of the times if you turn it into a double block or use your forearm in the right way, you create a trap. Something comes in straight, here's the inside. Now this hand smacks it away. This is the law of when an object is in motion and you smack it away, okay, it changes its trajectory. Now, even no matter how hard he's punching, if I just smack it or stop it or pat it down, it changes a force's direction. It's an object in motion. No matter how much weight or strength is behind it, it's trapping to the inside. Okay? Okay? Trapping to the outside. Okay? Over here. This is your bridge, trap hit. Down to the belly. Hands up, hands down. Okay? Some of your traps. He's in here. It's another trap to the outside. This can be a trap, the scissoring. They can pass. There's all different kinds of methodologies that you can use, okay? It's trapping. And then these are grabbing. So counter is blocking, breaking, trapping, grabbing, limb destruction, and evasion. Last one, really quick. Straight punch comes in. I'm gonna counter and takedown. And you have to mimic these moves out. Remember, that's what a set is. Straight punch comes in. Boom! Here's my limb destruction. Now, counter and takedown. Okay, here's my block. He throws a punch. Here's my entry. There's my takedown. Or, I'm in here. Boom! Takedown. What's interesting about takedowns, take this into consideration. Look, that's a scissoring motion. Even these, it's a scissoring motion, much like gunting, much like breaking. Breaking. Remember, patterns. That's what you're looking for here. Okay? So we went over all the ways to counter using the yin system. We reviewed evasions, we reviewed blocking, we reviewed trapping, we reviewed breaking, we reviewed limb destruction. Okay? Now let's look at entries. Here we go. Fake attack. Here's a good way to practice being not waiting to just be hit, but using your system to test him and to land a hit. Here's a good way to practice fake attacks. You hit, you come in, hit, and it pulls back twice as quick. Now on the second one, you fake, and then you hit. So hit, fake, hit. Practice that at home. You could also fake or make him react. Put this out as a lazy hand. Okay? And if you hit him, fine, screw it. You go to hit him, see what he does. Hit. Or, okay. Now, this is, look at this, I'm hitting here. Look at this, I'm hitting here. Distraction. You could even use auditory. You see this all the time. What's that behind you? Boom! Okay, you could even use sound. A lot of people react to sound. Here. Okay? So these are your entries. Now entries have to have a flow to them. So let's say I use a block and hit entry. Next, open, hit, strike. Entries need a flow. You can use yin or you can use yang. I hope that helps. Obviously there's a lot more to this, but I hope that gives just a better understanding of my 8 boxing methods, or 8-method boxing, also known as my 8 golden methods. These are manifestations that can be found in every form of fighting, and these are tools for improvisation using engaging, striking, and blocking patterns. Next time, or in the future, understand that there's throwing arts, there's joint manipulation, there's footwork. There's a lot more to this world of martial arts. But I hope this gives you a better understanding as an introduction to improvisation using authentic systems in combative situations. Iron Wire Martial Arts, Pt.2 signing out.